Hello everybody. Wow. Um Welcome back to another scripting video. And this one was a bit time consuming. It is the bee simulator base slash bee stats. Somebody requested it. Um I didn't focus so much on the build, more of the scripting portion, and this isn't the data store version. What that means is that if you're a scripter and if you take a look at the scripts, you'd know, like if you're a basic scripter, you understand what I mean, like how you can get the data, like save the data of the bee and load it in, like if that data, that value equals something, like you can just load it in, like a separate data value, like a leader set value called b, and b equals like b level, b like scripted parent that text equals b level that value, which would make the text be equal to the b level's value. But anyways, this just, I'm trying, okay, this took literally like 1 hour and 30 minutes because I haven't joined. The first time I joined B Simulator, I just went in, got a B, then left. And the second time I joined was to do the event, which I actually never finished. I only got one egg. So I really don't know about B Simulator that much. So I had to join, be AFK, work around a little bit, and like the B and everything. I still have one B, but hopefully I got it right. So I won't actually read, like teach you step by step. I'll just go over the scripts from beginning to end, what it means, and put the model in the description. Maybe you guys can use it and understand the concept and how I did this. It is really not difficult. Just I can do it. Just it takes so much time in my head. Like, okay. Anyways, enough more quote unquote excuses. Let's start. So in the B simulator, uh, is it B, what's it called? B swarming simulator, something like that. The first thing you do is load into your base. Like I said, if there was a data stored version, actually no, you didn't. What it does is you go on it. So this is the model right here. So this is three parts. This is the Hive where you click and it'll show the B stats. And if you did a data stored version, you would make this like in ordered pairs of each B. But it's just the first B. So this is the part right here. So this is the part that they touch. So when they touch it, local player, I get the quote unquote player from the person who touched it. So I got the player. Then now I'd make the text, which is right here. I'd make that text equals to the hit that parent that name, so the person who touched it that name, since when you spawn your models, your character and workspace is the name of your actual player. So there you go, easy stuff right there. And then I'd fire a remote event called data, like that, and I disable this and enable that. So once they claim the base, quote unquote base, this goes disabled and the honey script goes enabled. And that script is when they touch it, they can collect honey, and you'll understand. So that's done, right? Second part, the first hive. This one, they click the thing here, it'll show their stats right there. First hive, yeah, okay. When you click on it, I get the player, right? Local level equals, I'm finding, since I'll show you that workspace, the find first child, player that name. So if it says my name Pokecedgo B, that would be the name of the B. Every time a player joins, their B would be called, like if your name was Steve, Steve B would be the name of your B. That level of values inside the B has a number value called level, and it has the value which would represent the level value. I'd fire that data as a remote event called stats. Okay, we got that down. This isn't important. This is nothing actually. Just delete that. All right, we got that done. So this is done. It loads. Good. Perfect. Good. Right. Okay. Now we get to this stuff. So we got the data. It fires. Like I put a note here. You can use the data store system like to load in their stats and be everything like that. Once they claim it, I fire another remote event called accept. So accepts, this would, the accept remote event, when I fire it, it would load in the B itself, and like the backpack, I made like a miniature, instead of like a backpack, I made like a global GUI in the head. It'll just display 0 out of 10, I think. 10 being the max value. Of course, if you know how to script like the basics, you'd know how to make a shop that would change that value. So I'd fire that. I'll explain what that means in a bit. Let's go to the actual thing. So accept. So it calls the accept value. Okay, we got that. Go for the character, get the name using that the play right there, and we get local B, which is in the replicated storage right here. So that's the B, and the B has humanoid. Of course, it needs to move, and to make it float, I did hip height 5, so it'd be above like the ground level, like 5 studs. I think that's how it works. Of course, the how you make a regular moving humanoid, everything anchored, humanoid, torso, head, wheeled it, unanchored. Alright, that's done. And there would be a fallow. What this does is, okay, right here, see right here, value, yeah, so I'm changing the values to be that fallow the value. So when I clone it, I'm changing the cloned B's value of fallow into the name of the player. What? Because I'm doing that, so this will turn into like Pokecedgo. Because in this script, the fallow script, there's a loop that would make the bee itself move to that player. You see how it works? So it'll just keep moving to the player. It'll follow it. Like in bee swarming simulator, the bee keeps following you. Okay, that's done. Okay, we got that out of the way. What else do I need to do? Okay, now to the I'll do a demonstration at the end. And also, I think in the accept thing, I did the, where is it? Yeah, the backpack. I just parented it to the head. There you go, right here. The backpack, and the backpack itself has all these texts. One is like a line. This is the where is it? Is this the out of 10 one? Nope. This is the value itself out of course 10. This will repeat itself and make its value equals to the max value. So it looks like this. Will repeat into the max value. The same thing for this one. That'll make this text be the same as the honey value. There you go. And this is the check script. I can rename this. It'll check that if the honey value is equals to or greater than the max value, script the parent the honey value will equal to the max value. That means if it reaches 10 or over, it would automatically make it 10, so it doesn't go over. Since you know common sense that if it's greater or equal, it's obviously the max value itself. So that's the value. Okay, so that's done. Now to the, hopefully I don't miss anything. This part. So this is the part where you get the value, the honey itself. I just repeated it, but this one alone. So top, middle, bottom. So each one has the exact same script. You click on it, you get the character of the player, you get the backpack. So remember how the backpack, the billboard GUI is cloned to the head of the player? Yeah, so I'm getting the character, your character, the local character's head, accessing the backpack, accessing the honey value, and I would increase that by 1. So honey value dot 1. So I increase it by 1 every time it clicks. It fires a remote event called grass. What it does is what is it? I'll show you in a minute. Then make transparent and make the activation distance 0. I didn't make it yet to like quote unquote regen back to a full grass. So we'll just keep going down and down and down till you have 0 on the add. So 3. Okay, we got that right. Now to this one. What is it? Did I even do a I don't think I need the grass or anything, right? Yeah, I didn't use the grass. I don't need that one. Sorry, I just also remote events. Okay, so yeah, as that, and remember, I'll just display the text of the honey value, so it'll increase it. That's good. Now to the hive itself. So like I said, the honey. So when you click on it again, the thing will pop up. It'll fire the honey send remote event, and in here it will get the honey send. You call it. Okay, so we get the honey send value and script the parent the honey. That text box until this small animation, make it visible equals true. So it'll turn this one. Okay, you turn that one on. So UI text button. So when they click on it, and this text script itself, You click, makes it invisible. Then you'll send another remote event, which is start honey to the server, and I call it. So this is the honey system. You know how to make the bee makes honey. So here's the fun part. So I get the player. Wait 1 second. If the backpack honey the value is greater than or equals to 3, so we'll check that to make sure that like the person, the bee, is not making 0 honey, if that makes sense. It'll check that it actually has a value equal or greater to 3, because 3 is the value that it'll take away, because in bee swarmer simulator, like the bee takes a certain amount of value. So I'll say this one is 3. So to get the bee itself, remember the name of the bee is the name of the player, then B. So workspace, a fast for child, name is the player that name. So Pokecedgo B, that I'm accessing is humanoid. Move to character, that humanoid, so it'll move first in B Summer Simulator. B Summer Simulator, it moves to the player, takes it, then goes back to the base. This is what it typically does right here. I'm disabling the follow script so it doesn't interrupt with the movement, because remember the follow script is a loop, so I'm disabling that so we can directly move to the player. Then subtracts 3 to the value. So if it was 10, it would be 7, like that. It was 6, it would be 3. Subtracting 3. Wait 1 second, then the bee would move back to the honey base, do its thing, wait 5 seconds. You can do and then in here you can fire an event. No, you don't have to fire an event. You could do like player.leader stats .money.value equals player.leader stats .money value plus 5, like that. You can just, that's how you can reward somebody. Okay, I'll just put a little side note like that. Player.leader stats .value honey value equals player.leader stats honey value plus 1. Okay, that increased it, so it made 1 honey from subtracting 3. It's like from getting 3 quote-unquote grass, or I call it pollen, it would make 1 honey. I don't know, that's it'll print reward honey to player for now, and it would disable equals false, so it'll turn on the follow script again. That's done. Last but not least is the bee stats itself. So they click on it, fires an event, easy. And this one, it'll get the level, the value of it'll get your bee. So Pokecedgo bee right here, its level and its value, and it'd fire it in the stats remote event. And when I call it in here, I would call it right here. Again, the work goes for the stats on climber. So when it's on, it'd make that value equal to the value. So I'm calling back the value. So let's say if the value was 2, I'd fire 2, call it here. That level equals 2, remember that? And it'd make script that parent b level, that value equals to level, which is 2. So it'd make that to the number 2. And visible the on frame. I didn't bother to do animation here. This one just typically does, it just makes the text, the B level. Also, I'll display 6. So right now my B level is 1. To proof is that here is a 0. So it'll be 1 when I test it. And that's typically it. That's the system itself right there. So I'll show you. It's pretty cool. It's this whole thing is just to show you the concept of the whole thing, like of the bee swarmer simulator. There's so much more into it. But it's a school day, so I had to make it quick and fast. Hopefully you guys understand this and take inspiration of how the system works. So first I'd claim the base. It says NA, bam, claim it. 0 out of 10, the bee that follows me. So I click on this, and the make honeys right here. So it'd follow me, right? So my bee is 0 out of 10. So first I'd get honey, 1, 2, 3, just get like that. I don't know, a lot of it. So now I have 10. So say I can't go over it now. It'll repeat itself. So I'll make honey, so it'll go first to me, subtract 3, go to 7, go back to the base. It doesn't even go in, that's fine. Then say reward honey to player, so it would change, make the value, like that. It will reward the player, change the value, anything you want. And here's like, imagine just that bee's base, check on it, see b equals 1, so that b's level is 1. See, it changed from 0 to 1, so that's exactly what it works. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment. The model will be in the description below or in the comment section. This one was very fun to make. I'm glad you suggested this, but you know who you are, and hopefully this answers your question, and hope you're satisfied. Like, subscribe, comment, and tell me anything else you want me to script, any one of you guys, and I'll do it for you if I can. Oh, if I have time. Alright, bye guys.